Hi everyone! I finally got the sourdough bread recipe filmed for you guys. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I tried to be as concise and as clear as I possibly could have been in the guidelines for you guys on how to make this. So if you would like to learn how to make this delicious, scrumptious, beautiful sourdough bread, then keep watching. You do need a starter, but I'm also going to film a tutorial on how to actually start a starter within the next couple of weeks. So yeah. Let's get baking. I really hope you will enjoy this. Hi guys, good morning. So I'm just going to show you what the starter looks like. So I've actually double fed this just because I knew that I don't have enough for baking bread today. So double feeding essentially means I fed it last night the exact same way I'm going to feed it now, and I haven't used any of it up just to make sure that I'm going to have enough. So I'm just going to show you how I feed this in the morning, and it's now 10:30. And normally I'd feed it earlier, but it's gotten a little bit late today, so we're just gonna go with it. So I literally just put the jar with the starter inside it on top of the scales, and I'm just gonna feed it with regular strong white flour. So this is the only one I could get. It's just the strong white flour from Lidl, I think. If you can get bottled water, that would be a lot better. This is just water that we got from a well. The reason for that is actually because there's less chemicals in it, so it's less likely to kill the bacteria in the starter. So I have roughly got 100 grams of starter in the jar. You don't really want any more than that because it's going to get sluggish. So I'm just going to feed this 30 grams of flour and 30 grams of water. So it's been about 5 to 6 hours. I've actually waited a little bit too much because I was actually out of home, so I didn't get a chance, but it had risen, like, it was up to here, so it had absolutely risen, doubled in size actually. So that's what you want it to look like when you start the bread, right? So you can see it's perfectly bubbly, it looks very active, the consistency is gloopy and a little bit liquidy, but not too much. You can use the float test to see if it's ready or not, but I don't really like using that because it's not as accurate. So I'm now going to show you guys how to actually make the bread. Hi guys, good morning. So it's officially the morning here, and as you can see, the dough has risen completely. I really want to try and get a focus of all the bubbles that are going on right now. So look at all that, like it is full of bubbles going through pretty much the entire dough. So that is what you want when your dough has been proving overnight. You can see there's literally bubbles everywhere. It's like a bowl of bubbles. It's incredible. Honestly, you guys, this makes me so happy. Like when you wake up to this, you just know you're gonna have an incredible bread. So it was about down here last night, and it's been proving for 10 hours now. So yeah, this is what it looks like when it's been proving. So I've got the setup right there of everything that we're gonna need and the lovely bowl, and I'm gonna take you through it step by step. Gonna make it as quick as possible, but yeah, this dough is gonna be absolutely beautiful, and I really hope you guys look something like this. If it doesn't though, if it hasn't proved this much, you can let it prove for a little bit longer. Depending on the room temperature, yours might look different. And this is only the first proof, so it will prove again in the fridge, so don't worry too much. So let's get into it. So just to go through everything you guys are gonna need, you're gonna need a bowl, a pretty medium-sized bowl, mine isn't that big, with just a tea towel in it. A cotton tea towel works best, and try and kind of push it down so you get it down to the very base of the bowl, and try and get rid of as many creases as possible. Obviously it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. I'm going to have a mixture of, mine is just sunflower seeds, oats and sesame seeds that I'm just going to top the bread with, but essentially you're going to put it into the bowl, because when the bread gets turned inside out, the part that is touching the bottom of the bowl is actually going to be the top of the loaf. So you just want to sprinkle these in the bottom of your bowl. And what you want to do first, before you do anything in the bowl, is you want to sprinkle it with a mixture of rice flour and plain flour. If you don't have rice flour, you can get it at any Asian shop. However, if you can't get your hands on it, plain flour will work fine too. And I like to use a tea strainer for this, just because it's simple, it's small, it gets into the kind of creaks of the tea towel, and you'll be able to get into the sides of the loaf as well really well with this. So that's all you need for now. You want to keep the cling film that we have on the bowl, because you're going to put it on top of the loaf once it goes in the bowl. So I'm going to show you how to do it now. For me, it has officially been 6.5 hours, and you can see this is what the bread looks like. So it has actually risen significantly. You will see the bubbles as well when you remove the cling film. So you just want to take off the cling film, and what you're going to need for this step is you're going to need a cast iron pot with a lid, just like that. You're also going to need a parchment paper, a square parchment paper cut out. I just did 2 sides just because it'll be easier to fold it around. And you want to get a plate that will fit your parchment paper on it, and a plate that's roughly the same size as your dough. And you're also going to need a scoring blade. This is going to be just to score the top of our dough, just to allow the steam to escape the dough as it's baking, so that it won't kind of explode the loaf on the side. So all you're going to do now is you're just going to grab your plate. You're going to twist the dough upside down, then we're going to score it super fast with the blade. And once it has been scored with the blade, you're just going to lift the parchment paper, put it inside this. I have my oven preheated at 230 degrees. We're then going to bake the bread inside the Dutch oven with the lid on for half an hour. After that, we're going to take it out, take the Dutch oven out, remove the lid, and bake it for a further 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the color that you want. If you're making 2 loaves, just repeat the same step again. And in general, I would have the Dutch oven preheated, but for the sake of not burning myself right now, I'm not gonna preheat it. I'm just gonna show you guys how to do it. So yeah, just watch what I'm doing. It's super easy. Just wanna flip it upside down. So that's gonna be our dough. Then we're gonna score and into the oven at 230 for half an hour with the lid on. It's officially the next day, and what I've done is I have lifted off the lid of the cast iron pot or the Dutch oven, and I basically put the bread back in for a further 25 minutes without the lid on. And then I left it cool in there for about 5 minutes until I was able to lift it out, and that's what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. So I mean, you can see it looks beautiful. It rose really well. The reason that we have to cut the dough is so you get these lovely openings right here, which is where the steam escapes, so it doesn't kind of plop out or explode out on the sides of the bread. So that's what it looks like on the outside. I just cooled it, and yeah, that's what it's like. And then you can see the inside of it. It looks absolutely incredible. You can see the bubbles are really well kind of dispersed through it, which means that it wasn't too dense, so it got a really nice even rise, and the steam was able to escape through the top. You can see the bubbles are sort of going towards the top. I just want to cut a slice of it here, just so you guys can get a view of how it cuts real time. I mean, look at that. It looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like pure perfection. It looks beautiful. It looks delicious. This is absolutely incredible with like a cup of soup, even just with some butter on it, or I love it as like peanut butter and jam toast. So yeah, we've come to the end of our bread making journey. I really hope you guys succeeded. And I like to keep this in a bread bag, kind of similar to this. I got this one from France, but I'm pretty sure you can order them online. You just open it basically and put it on the inside. It's got plastic on the inside of it. Or you can just keep it in any sort of a bread basket or any kind of a cupboard, but just make sure that it's covered. So yeah, it stays pretty fresh for up to 4 to 5 days. But I really, really hope this works out, and don't worry if it doesn't. Sourdough is a journey. And let me know in the comments how you guys went with this, or if you made it. Yeah, I'm really gonna enjoy eating this. Hi friends, so that's the bread. It's done, it's baked. It doesn't last for any longer than 2 days for us, but that depends on how much bread you actually like to eat. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below if you did, and what other recipes would you guys like to see. I'm constantly asking you, and I do get some feedback, so thank you. So please engage with me and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're enjoying the video. So sending love to everyone, and have a beautiful rest of your day.